Good evening, you guys. So I'm getting on here. I'm trying to make a video, but um, Washington State is messing with my phones along with North Carolina. They're keeping me from exposing the fraud and corruption, but I'm going to expose the fraud and corruption. I'm not going to stop. So basically, as I was telling you guys, my son has a seizure at school. They contact the wrong um, didn't contact me. Um, After confronting the school, they locked my son up for 2 counts of indecent liberties. Um, so when I didn't get a resolution there after they locked my son up, I contacted the United States Department of Education, which found the school guilty of discrimination and retaliation, as you can see, on his race and his disability. Okay? Not only that, my son goes over to Clover Park Technical College, has another seizure, and they didn't contact me. They contacted somebody else's parents and told them their kid had a seizure. That story made the news and the newspaper. Here is the second complaint I filed. Now, this was ongoing retaliation. So, we hired an attorney by the name of Thaddeus Martin that represented us on the second matter after it made the news. Okay? Now, this rat bastard, what he did, as you can see, just Clover Park Technical College, he waits until my fiance gets stationed in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and decides him and these judges and these attorney general, Bob Ferguson, along with Arthur Hearns, Susan Sadeko, and some other individuals, went into court, had this fake court case, and settled on the case, got the funds dispersed, and set out an unconscionable scheme to come kill me and my son because they have committed fraud. They have committed corruption, abuse of power. Now, let me tell you, as you saw, this was and this is where the fraud comes in. Let me show you where the fraud comes in. They go and add the first matter to the second matter. This is judicial misconduct, fraud upon the court, retaliation. It is, when I tell you it's unbelievable, it's unbelievable. But what the sad part is, Bob Ferguson is also known as Robert W. Ferguson. Okay? And this rat bastard has the nerve to send me a letter knowing he's complicit. Now, mind you, I didn't find out until the end of 2022 that this occurred. Okay? So I write Bob Ferguson, the Attorney General, not knowing that he's one of the individuals that committed the fraud. Okay? He's one of the individuals that signed off on this. And guess what? He sends me this letter saying that he's sending it over to the tort claim division. Bob Ferguson, you have committed fraud and you have been exposed. Okay? So what you have done is committed the ultimate acts of corruption because you were supposed to turn this over to the Attorney General, the United States Attorney General, because this is a conflict of interest. You had no business responding to me at all. You had no business responding to me. You had no business sending my complaint over to the tort claim division and turn around and retaliate on me and my son. You have used taxpayer dollars to commit corruption and fraud, to torture and terrorize me and my son. There is no statutes of limitations that can justify what you have done. There is no statutes of limitation on fraud upon the court. What you have done is tortured and terrorized me and my son. You had a responsibility as an attorney general to turn this over and provide me and my son protection. But no, what you did was you retaliated against me and my son. And when I spoke out on the corruption, you went after my son, locked him up, patting charges up on him, just like you did on the 22nd. And every time we filed for him to get out of jail, you added another charge and another one and another one, and then had him transported in the middle of the night to another jail to torture and terrorize me. And had your Brady cops involved in this matter. Your Brady judges involved in this matter. Your Brady courtroom involved in this matter. I'm not going to stop. I'm exposing you for the corruption and the fraud that you have committed, Bob Ferguson, along with North Carolina that engaged in the criminal activity. So you figured, oh, well, shit, y'all done did it to her. Why can't we? Why can't we go to the North Carolina General Assembly and allot $50 million and kill this bitch? I'm here. I'm here and I'm facing you. I know I said bitch, but I know you had another word for it. I know you did. Okay? And then you had some of my own people come after me, and y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Because guess what? You have committed acts of RICO, which would get you up to 20 years. When you tortured and terrorized me and my son. Oh, some of my family members were involved as well, too. That's what I say to y'all. But you knew that whatever y'all settled that case for, you have to give me and my son 3 times the amount. You knew when you sent me this letter that you were the one that signed off on this court case. And you thought I would never find out. And you guys, another thing is, they signed off on this, and the only thing they signed off on was the case dealing with Clover Park Technical College, not the high school. So this shows the fraud. This shows the judicial misconduct, and I'm going to post it. Okay? This is fraud. This is corruption. This is abuse of power. And you are exposed.